Hi, welcome to the Mohua show. My name is Mohua Chinappa and I am an author, entrepreneur and ex-housewife. This podcast is about everything from business to technology to arts to lifestyle, but done and spoken imandari se. Hi, in today's episode we have with us Ila Arun. Ila Arun wears many a hat as an actor, singer, music composer, lyricist, but what is less known is her passion for writing. As a playwright, she wrote 4 original plays and written adaptations for 10 plays of world-famous playwrights. She recently received the Sahitya Natak Academy, Rajasthan's highest award of its fellowship adaptation of Henry Ibsen's plays, which fetched her the highest civilian award to a foreigner, the King's Medal of Merit Knight, first class from King Harald V of Norway in 2018. She's been awarded for a film role in China, was nominated for the international film West is West and for Jodha Akbar in India. She has also sung for Slumdog Millionaire, a performing artist to the core, continues, acts and produces theatre of substance. Welcome Ila in today's episode. Pehla sawal jo hai, tell us a little about the play Baby's Blues. What inspired you as a woman to take on this project?
Thank you very much, Mohua. As you grow, your concern with the society, gets more serious. And one thing I must tell you, I've adapted 10 plays and written 4 plays, which is quite a huge contribution to theatre. And as a sensitive, and this year we are celebrating our 40 years of my theatre group, Sunnai. So I have been, women has been my main subject as a woman. I relate to women, younger to me, grown up to me, senior citizens, whatever. I can see women all around me because I'm a woman. And this is a subject which was not touched in India. I myself didn't know. I'm a mother of 1 daughter and now grandmother of 2 younger grandchildren, but I didn't know there is a thing called baby's blues or postpartum depression. So how ignorant I was. When I was in New York and watching many plays, I happened to go to one very small shop which has this play, and they inspired the new writers and the writers who have researched or something they're doing, differently concerning the society. I saw this play and I bought it. And then I tried to give it to my daughter, who is then only she produced a child. And I thought it's about mother and a baby. And she threw it on me and she said, you read it yourself. When I read it, I realized, oh my God, these kind of things are totally we are not aware of. And I decided that I must do this play Baby's Blues because in our time, joint families were there. Even if I didn't even know the spelling of depression anyway. So everything happened. But postpartum depression does happen. Sometimes it happens to younger women in a very smaller way. Sometimes it can go haywire. And that is the time it's too late. So why not do this play, which has been never, this topic has been never ever touched in theatre. It's a very powerful play. It is addressed to young women, especially today's women who are working, who are not living with the families, who suddenly have a hormonal change as well as the social changes because they have to leave their job. And so husband, wife, both of them are affected. But the women, it can go to that extreme, Mohua, that sometimes women, they are unaware of why it is happening, but they have this societal instinct in them and they want to kill themselves or they want to kill the children. It reaches that. So what is important is the surveillance, the social, love, protection, the guidance. So it cannot be addressed alone with the clinical or doctor. It is the matter of concern of the family also. And especially it's a global world. and our children are going and all over the world, and they are alone, husband and wife. When they produce it, when they want to have a family, these things do come. And by the time they want to help it out, it's too late. So I thought doing this play will be a feather in Sunai's cap, where I can rescue many women. And it's a red alert for the family to sensitively handle your younger mothers, whether it's a daughter-in-law or a daughter, anybody. We have to be very aware that all pregnancies are not very, you can't take them so lightly. There is a physical change, hormonal change, mental change, and she should be supported.
This was fantastic, Ila, because of course, we're seeing change around us today. For the first time, I think young girls are talking about motherhood in a very different light. This whole exalted status of being a mother is day by day being questioned, asked. There are a lot of hypocritical questions that society has begun to throw open. तो आपको क्या लगता है कि आजकल की जो नए जनरेशन की मदर्स हैं, उनको क्या क्या चीजें जो एड्रेस करनी पड़ती है जो पुराने जमाने में लोगों को करना नहीं पड़ता था? You spoke about this joint family system that's breaking and a nuclear family. I come from a nuclear family. My parents, they left Shillong, they left Delhi, then now they're in Bangalore, and my father just passed away in the month of August. And I've seen the kind of pressure that my mother had, and I'm a mother myself, and I was also very, very depressed in those initial months because my entire body had changed. And I knew about postpartum depression, but I don't think I had the guts to say this to anyone because, people would look at you in a very, very bad light. As how is it that you can say that, you're uncomfortable with the changes? You're supposed to embrace all the changes that's coming within you. So how do you think young mothers of today are addressing this?
See, young mothers have become very open, but they are still unaware. They are still unaware of their behavior, and they are still shying away. They sometimes go to counselor and all. But my point is that younger mothers should be very open about it. And if something is bugging them, what happens sometimes, in pregnancy, also sometimes you say there's certain food smell I don't like. Okay. And we suddenly say she's really, she has a mood swing. So it's postpartum depression. She can be averse of a mother-in-law or a situation or a husband or whatever. Because what happened, this girl Shweta Quatra, she came and she shared with me. She is quite vocal about the whole thing. That she said that she had it for 6 years, and she was in a situation where she wanted to kill herself. So the thing is that nobody understands, the husband doesn't understand why this change is happening. So the mothers have to be very vocal. Some of them are vocal. Now Shweta is vocal about it. She's trying to share it with all the other mothers that, it does happen. But if we share it with counselor or husband or anybody, we can really be a happy mother afterwards. Because suddenly she was saying that 24 hours this change happens to only the mother. When you are in a nuclear family, you're cling with, attached with that little baby, and you are not prepared for it because the doctor says that you have to feed and you suddenly they feel you are a cow, then all these wrong feelings come. But if it is taken in a positive manner, nothing will be a problem. Nothing can, how we were happy daughters, then we can be happy mother, happy grandmother. This is the God's gift, But the moment you have to handle it alone, and that too, that knowingly that there are changes, and those changes, if they are not supported by the family, like hormonal changes or mood swing, as it is, we are bothered bodily. Also, we change. Husband doesn't change, and then the little child comes. Then everybody is saying she's not a good mother. Then you skip certain things because you don't know that this is. You have to come and see the play. That she is. They say this is 24 hours project, and even the project come with certain kind of instructions what baby doesn't have. You have to start knowing your baby's demands, baby's how you start talking, understanding. All these things only happen, you grow with the baby together. So the young mother who is unaware, and what happens, what is wrong with the young mothers, they don't want to talk to their mothers or their mothers-in-law. They will go to Google or to these paternity classes or maternity classes, whatever maternity classes. They are only teaching you vis-a-vis how to deliver, but how to live with a delivered new baby, that time teaches you. And for that, if you have a family support, then it can happen. The friends also cannot be there 24 hours. Suddenly you feel my friend is doing so good, my husband is going out, I am not being able to do. And if you go to counselor is can help you, but to a certain extent. It needs 24 hours surveillance and communication, which young mothers, some of them are trying, some of them are not being able to do because they are trying to listen or see the information only from Google. And that is all wrong experiences if they come aloud. So you're feeded negativity. What I'm trying to say, that end result can be very nice. It's a serious, I cannot call it a disease, but it's a serious issue. If you don't address it properly, the end is really very bad. Some of young girls have gone and they've killed on railway tracks. Some of them have jumped from the, their fourth mala, fifth mala, from their buildings. Some of them tried to kill the children. And it's a fact, it's happening everywhere. I'm sure it must be happening during olden days also, but because of the joint family system, things were, handled in a very different way.
So, Ilaji, how has your career evolved over the years and what have been some of the biggest highlights for you? Being in the entertainment industry, being a mother, and how has your career evolved over the years?
I must tell you, I think I'm one of those lucky person. I don't come from any sound filmy family where I had a support from a family, but my family, it's a large family, 7 sisters, 2 brothers, and my mother was, in a way, she always wanted children, especially daughters, to study and have some cultural desire in them, where somebody was learning sitar, somebody was learning vocal music, but she never wanted it to be a profession for any girl. So that kind of challenge was there, that how to make something your career, which was not seen my time, especially doing a theater, was not seen with good, they didn't respect it. So those challenges were there. But you see, my advice to every young girl is that never be in a hurry. Just keep on working, keep on persuading your interest, and one door opens and it leads to another destination. And that happened with me. In my total career, also, like how I went to National School of Drama, I got a scholarship. Why I got a scholarship? Because I was doing so well in my school as well in Jaipur Theatre, where I became a name. So if you keep on doing your good work, suddenly, as in Hindi they say that प्यासा कुएं के पास जाता है. So not everybody has to rush to Mumbai to make your career. Then when I got married, I came to Mumbai, but I had decided that I will be continuing my theatre. Now, folk music, for which I am known more than my theatre, which is my first love, is happened because I was always taking part in my school, inter schools, Commonwealth, 26 Januaries, all those things were happening in my life. And whenever I sang, they thought I am a person from the soil, and I'm a person who truly is a village girl, because I always loved country music. Any form of folk form, like whether it is Carnatic music or a Carnatic folk form, or East, say Assamese or whatever, I always was intrigued and I tried to learn. So the challenges were I were there that how to move further, but I had a supportive husband, and if you believe in yourself, and if you're not in hurry, these challenges can be, sorted out. I mean, you can face them. So that's what happened. I came, I saw Prithvi Theatre, and I decided I will do my plays in its 40th year. Biggest challenge is to do theatre where you don't have sponsors, where you don't have, the audience doesn't want to buy the ticket. They are going to cinema and they don't want to buy the tickets. And the supporters, they just want, that if you have something, stand-up comedies or something like that. I created my theatre group. Sunai Theatre tagline was a soulful voice of performing arts. So theatre, I did not compromise with my kind of, I'm known for a chirpy singing and all that's commercial. That's commercial. I was recognized by HMV and then tips and then my videos happened and um, I made my place very comfortably. I made my place because whatever were defects in me, they turned out to be my USP. The heavy voice and no inhibition when you're singing. That Bollywood industry liked. And so I kept on making my place. But a lot of people were little surprised to see me on screen and doing powerful roles like Welcome to Sajjanpur, Well Done Abba, Jodha Akbar. So many films I did, it happened because I had a faith in myself and I didn't have to prove. And I was not in a hurry.
So, how do you balance your career and your family life?
So when I got a film, my child was much younger. Ishita, my daughter, you must be knowing her. She's doing also herself very well. So मुझे कहना, I was not a star also. The stars can dictate the terms. But advantage क्या था? When you go and ask for a role, then you have to agree to their terms and condition, and they see that you are desperate to be in film and to be in Bollywood. But when they come to you definitely can dictate your terms. So I told them, okay, first they asked me to sing a song. I sang a song. Then they say, this was a film called Jal. So they wanted to shoot it in Uti. Rekha ji was there, Mandakini was there, Umesh Mehra was director. I said, sir, I have a very small daughter and I can't leave her. Jitendra was there, Mithun Chakran. So they allowed me. That time, imagine for a newcomer to say that time even the staff was not, we couldn't ask for a staff. Today I definitely say that I will have my makeup man, my hairdresser, my boy. I'll go into club class. I can dictate all these things, which are not unreasonable because we are public figure and we have to keep a distance and we can't keep giving selfies and can't hurt our audience also because they have made us. So now you have a paraphernalia, but that time to dictate that I'll take a daughter, they allowed me, and I'm so happy that babysitting was done by none other than by Rekha ji. She would come and she would chat, and film industry, I cannot have any complaint. They were all very nice because it all depends, Mohua, how you conduct yourself. It can be very bad also. There are bad incidents in our film life. And it can be, maybe I had a tag of a married person, but it can be dangerous and it can be very nice also. You can have wonderful experience. Like my film Lame, many good lamas I had in my life and many people to thank because they were supportive. So the challenges जो आपके हैं वो यही हैं कि जब when you were a young mother, how to see that your daughter is not left behind, that she's not being abused as we are talking on your this thing, that who is going to take care. For me also that time nuclear because when I was in Mumbai, husband was in merchant navy. So he was sailing. So I was alone. But then I saw to it that I had 2 to 3 women, attendant. You can't have a male servant in your house. And then, requesting your female friends to come. Certain shootings I have done like that. Sometimes the school people, they thought if the mother is popular, that means the child must be neglected. But no, you have to attend those meetings also. And I'm very happy when I see today's young mothers, including my own daughter. I think they are better mothers than what I was, because I must have, in pursuit of my dream, I'm a very involved artist. Like I'm writing, I'm thinking, I'm doing theater, which is very time consuming. All these things happen. So sometimes certain mistakes can happen, which must have happened, as far as I'm concerned. But when I see my daughter, how particular they are to attend the parent meeting, to see, and they, of course, they have all these gadgets. They are always following. They have 18 cameras, and they have connections with the teachers. All those things were not in my time, so I had more pressure, but I dealt. और मैं ये भी बताऊं महुआ कि मैं सुबह ना, सब पूछते हैं कि आपका वर्किंग टाइम कब है, तो मैं कहती हूँ मैं 4 बजे उठती हूँ। अब उस 4 बजे से और 7, जब तक दूध वाले की घंटी बजती है, वो 3 घंटे में मैंने हेनरिक इब्सन के 5 प्लेस को एडेप्ट किया, जिसमें से एक प्ले घोस्ट अभी होने वाला है 7th को आपके यहाँ, and then Lady from the Sea, then Hedda Gabler. All these plays I have done. 4 original plays I have written. Sometimes I do रियाज, sometimes I do, वो ही 3 घंटे में या तो योगा कर लो, या एक्सरसाइज कर लो, या लिख लो, या गाना कंपोज कर लो. सो उसके बाद बॉम्बे में बहुत, यू डू नीड सम शांति, विच इज नॉट इन मुंबई. फ्लैट्स में से कभी कोई आ रहा, कभी कोई आ रहा, चलता है. बट आई हैव डन, ये मैंने ऐसे कर लिया सब कुछ.
क्या बात है ईला जी. आई मीन आई एम totally bowled over to hear this from you, because aapke time pe, as you said, that things were not so much easier. You've also given voice to some of the most iconic songs in Indian music history. So can you tell us a little bit about the process for selecting the songs and then bringing them to life? क्या process क्या होता है आपका खुद का?
जो मेरे अपने एल्बम है ना, उनका तो मैं प्रोसेस आपको बता सकती हूँ कि मुझे क्या होता है कि मैं लिखती और धुन बनाती. Meaning when you're writing a play, like my most popular play, I will just give you 2 examples how it happens in films and how it happens in my albums, because I have come out with 10 albums, and you will be surprised that my albums, certain of my album songs are much more popular even चोली के पीछे, जैसे रेशम का रुमाल. तो रेशम के रुमाल पे मैं एयरपोर्ट पे जाती हूँ तो 3 जनरेशन उस पे डांस कर चुकी होती है. दे ऑल कम कि वी हैव ग्रोन अप विद योर सॉन्ग रेशम का रुमाल या अस्सी कली का लहंगा. तो ये सब चीजें जब मैं सोचती हूँ कि अच्छा मुझे अब अपना एल्बम बनाना है, तो मैं क्या करने वाली हूँ. ऑफ कोर्स एज ए वुमन, उसकी अंदर की उम्फ को भी, जैसे निगोड़ी कैसे जवानी, जो बात सुने ना मेरी, सो उसके उम्फ को भी पहचानती हूँ, उसके फेस्टिवल्स को भी मैं जानती हूँ. सो व्हेन आई राइट सम सॉन्ग, पहले ट्यून दिमाग में आती है, फिर मैं ट्यून पे. वैसे इंडस्ट्री का ये होता है कि म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर के पास या तो लिरिसिस्ट अपना गाना लेके जाता है, फिर वो ट्यून बनाते हैं, या फिर म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर ट्यून दे देता है, तो वो बेचारा फंस जाता है राइटर, उसको फिर उस मीटर पे लिखना पड़ता है. सो माय सॉन्ग्स हैव बीन रिटन विद अ कॉन्सेप्ट, लाइक मेनी वीडियोस हैव बीन वेरी पॉपुलर, लाइक बिछोड़ा जिसमें मलाइका थी, या फिर वोट फॉर घाघरा आई हैव रिटन. द वोट फॉर घाघरा कॉन्सेप्ट मेरा ये था, पहली बार इन मारवाड़ी 7.5 minutes रैप अब पॉपुलर इतना हो रहा, और मैंने तभी रैप कर दिया उसका. थी मैं खेत में खड़ी, खा रही थी ककड़ी, उनकी लाल पगड़ी जो हमारी बाह पकड़ी, मैंने गुस्सा गणाया, मैंने मारी लकड़ी, उन्हें मुझे घुमाई, मैंने आंखें दिखाई, छोरी क्यों अकड़ी, क्यों मारी लकड़ी, बोली मैं सुन रे लाल पगड़ी, थी मैं खेत में खड़ी, खा रही थी ककड़ी, तूने बाह पकड़ी, मैंने मारी लकड़ी. सो दैट ईव टीज जो करते हैं ये मिनिस्टर्स के सन, वो बाद में बताता है कि तुम जानती नहीं हो मैं कौन हूं, छोरा मिनिस्टर को दिल्ली मारूं टेलीफोन, बिफोर आई कुड अंडरस्टैंड सीटी सर बजाती, पुलिस दौड़ी चली आई, कंगन मारा उतारा, हथकड़ियां पहनाई, थानेदार के आगे फिर मैं मुस्काई, मैंने दिए लटको ने खायो झटको, थोड़ी टेढ़ी हुई थोड़ी मेढ़ी हुई, मीनिंग आई जस्ट वांटेड टू से इन दैट सॉन्ग कि एक गांव की लड़की को कमजोर मत समझना, उसका जो घाघरा है वो उसका वस्त्र नहीं है, वो उसका शस्त्र है, यानी शी कैन ल्योर यू ऑल्सो एंड शी कैन स्पीक हर माइंड। सिर्फ गांव की होके ये रेप करना, ये ईव टीज करना, ये सब बकवास है। सो वो मैंने 7 मिनट के गाने में बता दिया कि कैसे कि फिर इलेक्शन में हमारो नाम ले मडवानी, मर्दा से आगे निकलेगी जनानी, इन्हें टिकट दिलाओ, इन्हें मंत्री बनाओ, चुनाव चिन्ह घाघराने बनाओ। दैट्स हाउ फूलन देवी केम। उसने बता दिया था कि मेरे साथ अगर ऐसा करोगे तो फिर मैं ये बताती हूँ। जब उसने बता दिया उसके बाद उसमें फिल्म भी बन गई, उसके बाद वो वहां भी चली गई, क्या एमपी तक बन गई, यू नो। सो विमेन हैज टू रियलाइज दैट how powerful she is, and it can only happen if you speak your mind. That is what I do to my plays also. और अब आ रहा फिल्मी गानों का। फिल्मी गानों में चॉइस नहीं होती है, फिर इसमें तो मैं कंपोज अपने आप कर सकती हूँ, कॉन्सेप्ट कर सकती हूँ, वीडियो सोच सकती हूँ, किस सोसाइटी को एड्रेस कर रही हूँ, मारवाड़ियों को कर रही हूँ, जनरल वुमेन को कर रही हूँ, यंग को कर रही हूँ। फिल्मों में आपको बुलाते हैं, अच्छा इला अरुण को बुलाओ, लाइक इट हैपेंड इन खलनायक, they called me because Subhash called me and they asked me write a song and they were very scared कि पहला शब्द लिखेगी तो करेगी कि नहीं करेगी, चोली के पीछे क्या है। मुझे फर्क ही नहीं पड़ा, मैं एक्ट्रेस हूँ। माय फर्स्ट फिल्म वाज मंडी वेयर आई वाज इंट्रोड्यूस एज अ प्रोस्टिट्यूट। तो हम तो थानेदार भी बन सकते हैं, हम माँ भी बन सकते हैं, हम एनजीओ भी चला सकते हैं। दिस इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ एन एक्टर that you can be playing anybody's role. So मैंने लिख भी लिया और उसका लिखने वाली राइटर भी इतने अच्छे थे, आनंद बख्शी, कंपोजर्स लक्ष्मीकांत प्यारेलाल। सो द चोली के पीछे टर्न आउट टू बी फैंटास्टिक सॉन्ग, उसका ऑर्केस्ट्रेशन भी बहुत अच्छा है। द क्वेश्चन वाज आस्क्ड बाय मी, चोली के पीछे क्या, बट आंसर वाज गिवन बाय अलका याग्निक, चोली में दिल है मेरा, ये दिल में दूंगी मेरे यार को, एंड बहुत पॉपुलर हुआ। और उसके बाद मुझे गाने भी ऐसे ही मिले जिसमें आई मीन जहाँ फलाना हो ना तो इला अरुण को लेके आओ, बट वी आर आर्टिस्ट, हम कर देते हैं। और ये गाने सबने गाए, जिसको सिचुएशनल होता है ना, फिल्म इज सिचुएशनल, उसमें आप वंदे मातरम भी गाने पढ़ सकता है, ऐसे गाने भी, आइटम्स सॉन्ग जिनको कहते हैं। उसका प्रोसेस तो ये होता है कि डायरेक्टर पहले फिल्म बनाता है या उनके पास गाने होते हैं। होता है ना, कई फिल्में ऐसे बनती हैं, जैसे म्यूजिक कंपनीज हैं, इन्होंने कई म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर से ऐसे बिना बात के गाने रख लिए। सो इट इज कॉल्ड बैंड। म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर बेचारा जाता है, मेरे पास ये गाना है, वो गाना है, वो गाना है। Then if they like it, they create a situation. Or sometimes in olden days what used to happen, proper तरीका उसका यही है कि पहले स्क्रिप्ट लिखी जाए, फिर स्क्रिप्ट में जहाँ सिचुएशन बिना बात की नहीं, कि आजकल पंजाबी चल रहा है तो पंजाबी डाल दो, आजकल चोली चल रही है तो चोली डाल दो। दैट इज यू नो दिस इज कॉल्ड all commercial tactics. Now I have sung 3-4 songs with Mr. Rahman also, जिसमें रिंगा 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 भी है। There are many songs I have sung. I'm lucky कि इतने वेरियस इंटरेस्ट थे मेरे, और मुझे एक ही चीज को करियर बनाना भी नहीं था, सोचा भी नहीं था। एज माई मदर थॉट दैट आई हैव अ वेरी मोटी आवाज, फिर भी काफी मैंने गाने वाने गा लिए। 10 एल्बम्स निकल चुके हैं बहुत सी फिल्मों में, फ्रॉम लम्हे, मोरनी बागा में बोले, अच्छे गाने मिले, लोगों ने पसंद किया। आई एम थैंकफुल टू देम।
ईला जी, व्हाट वुड बी द मैसेज दैट यूड लाइक टू गिव टू योर फैंस एंड लिसनर्स जो अभी हमारे पॉडकास्ट सुन रहे होंगे?
See, the one message is thank you so much having trust in me. सबसे बड़ी बात है कि wherever I go, they love me so much and they recognize me without any support. उस समय इतना मीडिया भी नहीं था. So thank you so much. I am obliged. I am indebted पूरी जिंदगी आपका प्यार मुझे आगे ले जाएगा। आप ना होते तो मुझ में एक अंदर से अर्ज नहीं उठती। थिएटर वाली कम ऑडियंस है तो उनसे मैं कहूंगी प्लीज कम एंड सी इला के पीछे क्या है। इला सिर्फ चोली तक ही सीमित नहीं, देयर इज इला विच हैज अ लॉट, विच कैन गिव अ लव, अ कंसर्न टू द सोसाइटी ऑल्सो। मैं आज भी वैसे गाती हूँ, उतनी मस्त हूँ आज भी। आई कैन क्रैक एनी डैम थिंग। स्टेज की लाइट जलनी चाहिए, फिर नो इनहिबिशन। And films I'm doing this year, 3 films will be released. So keep supporting me. Your love will keep me ageless. Will never give me the feeling कि अब मैं old हो गई अब there is no word as retirement in my book, in my heart, and I get cheesed off with new generation, especially with my daughter. जब वो कहते हैं मैं थोड़ा सा ब्रेक चाहिए, किस बात का ब्रेक चाहिए? मुझे 24 घंटे काम करना है। वही मेरा रिक्रिएशन है, वही मेरी पिकनिक है, वही मुझे डिप्रेशन से हटाता है। सो ऑल माय थिंग इज दैट meet people, love them, and I love my audience. In one word में मैंने कभी कुछ कह नहीं पाया, but one word में ये है, love you my listeners and love you my audience. Thank you.
और सबसे लास्ट आई नीड टू हियर रेशम का रुमाल के कुछ लाइंस तो गा दीजिए इला जी।
नहीं, मैं रेशम का ही गा दूंगी, बट द थिंग इज कि आवाज मेरी बहुत ही इस समय माशाल्लाह, क्योंकि मैं अपने नाटकों की रिहर्सल कर रही हूँ। पर मुझे उसके पहले ये कहना है, बेंगलोर की जो ऑडियंस है, बेंगलुरु की, फॉर इफ यू लव मी then do come and see my plays on the 7th and 8th of April, and come and support a young woman. If you will see postpartum depression का ये play, you will definitely realize कि केव में अंदर जाए बिना आपको अंधेरा कैसे पता पड़ेगा. So if you see this, you will be helping all the mothers, sisters and young women. ठीक है? So they must come and see my play, and tickets are on book my show. Okay. मैं आपको सुनाने की कोशिश करती हूँ. रेशम का रुमाल गले पे डाल के तुम आ जाना, दिलदार मेरे माँ दल्ली का सुरमा लगा के, अरे कब से खड़ी हूँ दरवाजे पे, हो रेशम का मेरा झुमका कुछ कुछ बोले, झुमका कुछ कुछ बोले, आग लगी है बड़की शोले है। मेरा झुमका कुछ कुछ बोले, आग लगी है बड़के शोले, मेरी नागिन से ये लट जो बनवा को डसे डसे जा, दलदार मेरे माँ मैं दल्ली का सुरमा लगा के, अरे कब से खड़ी हूँ दरवाजे पे, ओ रेशम का। मैं दरवाजा बजा के ही मैंने गाना गाया.
That was Ila Arun. For all my listeners, feisty, beautiful, and from her heart. Thank you so much, Ila ji, for being on today's podcast. This has been such an honor for me. I can't even begin to express to you. I am myself a rebooter who's rebooted her career after many years of being at home. जब लगा कि मेरी पहचान बिल्कुल ही खत्म हो चुकी थी और एज अ हाउसवाइफ लोगों को लग नहीं रहा था कि मैं इंटेलिजेंटली कोई बात भी कर सकूं, वहां से लेके मैंने 2018 में शुरू किया अपना काम. एक किताब लिखा है मैंने जो एंथोलॉजी है शॉर्ट स्टोरीज की, वो मैं आपको जरूर भेजूंगी. और मेरी ये पॉडकास्ट है जो आपके जैसे लोग आगे ले जाएंगे मुझे. और थैंक यू सो मच एंड फॉर बीइंग ऑन दिस पॉडकास्ट एंड ग्रेटिट्यूड. To you, our dearest listeners, you can find us on your favorite streaming services, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, and of course on all other major streaming services. With loads of love, we are The Mohua Show, where we talk ईमानदारी से.